And we're back.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Fitness Realty here. My name is TJ McClellan, broker of Fitness Realty. I've got Zach Everett right next to me, one of our top agents. The Baller. What's up?
I wouldn't be top if it wasn't for the team I'm surrounded with.
Thank you.
There's no I in team, but there is a me.
Yeah, true. That's awesome. Well, today we're going to talk about lowering or the lowering of interest rates that's coming out here shortly, hopefully. But give us a little synopsis about that.
So Jerome Powell, chairman of the Fed, chairman of the Fed. I did my air quotes. There was my air quotes quota. I didn't do it last time.
Yeah, true.
Met in Jackson Hole with a bunch of financial individuals, and they're changing their position on the way forward with how the Fed's going to work, and they're essentially targeting September 18th for interest rate reduction because unemployment is at 4.2%, and it hasn't been that high since October 2021, which is good, right? So unemployment's doing this, inflation's doing this.
Close.
Woo, I look walk like an Egyptian.
Yeah.
Anyway, so inflation slowly declining, unemployment slowly increasing, and it's time. It's time to drop the interest rates. Now, they did say it's only going to be a quarter or a half a percentage point, but like TJ had mentioned before, that that is a big impact. And what's the numbers for that impact of the interest rates nationwide?
Good call, or good question on that. So about 0.5% down or a full percent down, over 500,000 or 1 million buyers enter the market, which is really crazy nationally. So obviously in Utah, we're going to feel that just because there's a lot more people moving here, and our market is pretty intense. But there will be some new buyers that enter that market, and obviously sellers that now think that they can afford to make the jump. Either downsizing or upgrading or whatever they're doing in their family or their living circumstances. But there will be new buyers that enter from that side as well.
So speaking to the buyers, we're going to segue back and forth. So speaking of new buyers, this is where I really want to reach out to a lot of our first-time home buyers. Fitness Realty specifically, TJ, is putting on a lot of first-time home buyer classes. How much do they cost?
They're free.
You just got to be here.
What?
And here being 4700 South.
Nope.
And 7th East.
777 East, 4500 South.
4500 South.
Yep, okay. Suite 240.
TJ will put all that out. I'm sure tag that in this video, but show up. It's free. And like I'd mentioned before, if you don't have gas to get down here, I got you. I'll fill up your tank so you can come to the class. I feel home ownership is that important. It really, really is. I'll meet you at Costco, right?
Wow, that would be cool.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'm not, no BS. I will put gas in your tank. I'm not kidding about that.
That's cool.
So the reason I say that is it's time for the first-time home buyer, and I'm going to minimize this. I'm going to hedge Bush against inflation.
Bushed against inflation.
But it's time, right? If you have been looking at houses and you're like, that's never me, we're never going to be a homeowner or anything else like that, now's the time. Because interest rates are starting to fall slowly, right? But when interest rates come down, home pricing is going to do this. When they're right here is when you need to buy. Well, when interest rates are high and home prices are going down, that's when you need to buy. But that train has already left the station, per se. So now's the time. Get your finances in order. Reach out to a professional. If it's a real estate agent, right, that's great, that you know and trust with your finances. If it's a lender that's reputable, that's going to help you fix your credit or help you get rid of that $700, $1,000 Hellcat payment that you don't need in your life.
We all need that in our life.
Yeah. Or, just a high interest credit card debt or anything else like that, loan consolidation. Maybe it's you have a lease on your cell phone to the company that's $100 a month. You don't need that in your life. Now's your time to start your homework. So when this happens, right, home prices coming up, interest rates coming down, you're ready to go. Because I guarantee you there's 10 people probably in this zip code that are going to be ready to go. Why aren't you number 11?
Yeah, exactly. And when the education is free, you might as well get educated. Nobody teaches you in school, unfortunately. Home ownership's not really taught that way. How to leverage your taxes and stuff like that is not taught that way. And so if you can come to a professional that can teach you that for free, come get educated. Like you got nothing to lose other than some time and energy. And now Zach's going to put some gas in your car. So come and learn, grow, and become the best version of yourself for sure.
TJ had mentioned that he's going to be doing home seller houses as well. Home seller classes as well. Same thing. If you're a homeowner and I need to put gas in your tank, you got bigger issues.
For sure.
Right? You got bigger issues. But just come. The day you stop learning is the day you stop growing as a person. So I don't want to get too sentimental.
True. I'd say on the classes, so we're going to have first-time homebuyer class, home seller class. So that one's really going to cover curb appeal, how to get the top dollar out of your house, timing and issues like that, and then what professional photography looks like, all sorts of stuff. And then we are going to have our rental property class, which is a really fun class. We teach the rental property class from experience so that you don't have to figure this out on your own. You can actually take the mistakes that I've made in my own life and other stories that I've learned as we've gone, and make sure that you don't make those mistakes as you get your first rental property. And then we will have networking classes, or not networking meetings as well. So if you're a small business owner or business owner in this area and you want to connect with more people, we will have a daytime networking class and a nighttime networking class, networking group. So come to those as well.
I think we're getting a little too serious, so I'm going to bush, not hedge here. But I absolutely love, if I need to learn something new, right? We're in the day and age of YouTube. Mm-hmm. But if I need to learn something new, you know what I do?
YouTube.
I go find somebody that's done it already, and I learn from their mistakes, and I don't repeat them.
Fair.
And what do you think a free class for home ownership is going to be?
Right.
You learn from somebody else's mistakes and you don't make those mistakes, and then you move forward, because some of those mistakes can be costly.
Super costly. We have a boatload of stories for super costly mistakes. Not that they're funny, but we have a lot of them.
So I guess, TJ, what's your prediction? Because you hit me with this earlier, I'm going to hit you back. What's your prediction for the next 6 months to a year with the Utah market, specifically to houses?
Yeah.
What's your prediction with potential interest rates coming down, inflation coming down, unemployment going up? Mm-hmm. Is there like a catalyst? Is there a smoldering fire that's getting ready to erupt, or
totally
are we just sitting here in a smoldering ashes?
100%. The catalyst that is going to just rocket Utah's market like no other, except for COVID. That was, we call those the cocaine years because everything was just going like fire. But anyway, the catalyst is going to be when the average consumer sees a 4 on the front of any APR. It will be bonkers. So the first time that starts happening, you bet it's going to be like wildfire going across, crazy. Sellers are going to come out of the woodworks to want to be listing, and they'll become buyers. And buyers are going to come out of the woodwork. It's going to be insane.
So what he's speaking to specifically is 4% interest rates on home purchases. Because you got a lot of sellers out there in the world, and this is where I agree with TJ, that are sitting on hundreds of thousands, maybe even $1 million of equity because they bought in 2012, 2015, even 2018. And they're going to come out of the woodwork, right? Maybe they're in their first time. Maybe they're stuck in their first home, and they want to hit that second home, or maybe they're in their second home, they want to hit the third home. Everybody does this, right? As everybody graduates, well, now there's a whole nother house available that might be your first time home buyer house.
For sure. And that's kind of the inventory side that really is it will just rip like crazy. One of the other cool inventory sides is the new build section. So a lot of people out there right now don't really realize this, but new builds are controlling the market with their incentives and the interest rates that you can get. We have a client right now locked into a single family home that's just over $500,000, Saratoga Springs, and they've got a 4.99% interest rate, locked in, fixed for the life of that loan. Plus, they got a 2-1 buy down to a 299 and 299 for the first year and a 399 for the second year, finishing off with the 499, which is insane. Their payment right now on that single family house is cheaper than my townhouse right now.
For $500,000. For $500,000.
Yeah, which is just crazy. Like I'm ready to lock in once the interest rates get to kind of where it makes sense for me too. So I'm actually one of those people that's sitting on the fence, waiting, and as soon as all the right conditions are there, then like we're ready to go.
So what you're saying is you're going to move to Davis County and be my neighbor.
Well, we are going to move to Centerville one day, but I don't know about that far north.
Well, Centerville's halfway.
Yeah. Centerville's going to be great. Yeah, we are going to move one day.
I didn't know they were moving to Centerville.
Yeah, summer when she turns or when she finishes high school, we're going to move to Centerville. It's going to be great. I'm hoping to get another new build townhouse up there because I hate yard work.
I don't know anybody that likes yard. Well, I know a few people that like yard work, but they do it to keep themselves young.
Yeah.
Yard work sucks.
One more plug. So I know we've talked about the classes, but one more plug for the classes. Before you guys check out any of these classes or the links or take my word for it or any of that, check us out on Google, Fitness Realty. Just Google it. We have almost 200 5-star reviews, so you guys can jump on there, check it out. We will have the first-time homebuyer class, the home seller class, the rental property class, and then business networking groups. It's going to be phenomenal.
I got one more plug.
Okay, one more.
One more plug. No more leaking after this plug, right? We're bushed against plugs. Or leaks. We're bushed against leaks. Yeah. Inside joke. So even if you're a home buyer, personal advice from me to you, okay? You should be looking at your budget monthly. Really just cutting that fat. And if you haven't looked at your budget in the last 6 months, maybe it's time for professional help. And a lot of lenders out there will do it for free. When I say lender, I'm not talking like Quicken Loans or predatory loans or anything else like that. I'm talking about
good qualified people.
Yeah.
In our back pocket.
That I almost said home buyer loans. Anyway, a professional that works in the home loan industry that's reputable, right? Vet them. But be willing to sit in front. Maybe it's a tax person, right? Maybe it's a real estate agent. I'll help you. I don't care. But you have to be willing to sit in front of somebody and divulge everything and take the critical feedback they're going to give you. Because like I said before, if you have a lease on a phone, or you have a $700 car payment or anything else like that, and you're renting, or even you're in a home and you got that, maybe it's time to shake it up, see what you need, see what you don't need. The future of the market, with unemployment and everything else like that, it's good to be hedged, bushed against that, so you have more money coming in than going out. So
totally
do your due diligence, because you never know when an opportunity is going to hit you in the face for a rental property or your first purchase of a home.
100%. And as the bullet train of inflation really moves quicker, you've got to get on it. And the only way to get on that is to buy assets that are hedged against the dollar. So
that was your chance.
Bushed against the dollar. Okay. Anyway, my name's TJ McClellan. I'm the broker of Fitness Realty. I've got Zach Everett next to me. Like I said, one of our top agents. If you don't want to talk to me, but you'd love to talk to Zach, check out all of his profile information down below.
Thanks, guys. Have a good afternoon.
All right. Love you guys. We'll see you.